This is Love Live at 6, and our leading stories tonight. The opposition leader, Dangriga Mayor, San Pedro's Lebanese community call on government to act on crime and deliver justice. We'll tell you of several incidents over the weekend that have left at least 4 persons dead and 3 others injured due to gun violence. Also in tonight's newscast, we'll tell you of the UDP meeting in Belmopan, the lack of fanfare and support, and Tracy Panton's plan to sue Moses Shine Barrow. And in court news, one woman takes her ex to court over allegations of rape. We invite you to stay with us tonight for the news. We'll be back after this break.
A year ago, on March 17, 2025, Builders Hardware introduced something new for Belize, our online store. For the first time, customers could explore thousands of products, place their orders, and complete their purchases entirely online. Whether you're nearby or in another district, you can browse what you need, place your order, and have it delivered directly to you. And for those who prefer to pick up their items, our smart lockers make it quick and simple. Just scan your code and your order is ready. Every day, more and more people across the country have begun turning to the platform as a faster and more convenient way to shop with Builders Hardware. Along the way, many customers have also found added benefits online, from special website offers to rewards for those signing up for the first time. All of this is just another step towards making our products more accessible to communities across Belize, bringing our store closer to you wherever you are.
Introducing GrowWatt, a global leader in distributed energy solutions, delivering innovative solar technology trusted around the world. Engineered for reliability, designed for sustainability, built to power every scenario, powering homes, empowering businesses, creating a smarter energy future for Belize. For residential hybrid systems that maximize energy independence, to homes across Belize benefiting from smarter, more efficient power management. GrowWatt off-grid solar storage solutions bring dependable electricity to locations beyond the traditional power grid, providing clean, reliable energy whenever and wherever it is needed. For businesses, GrowWatt delivers powerful commercial and industrial energy solutions that help reduce operating costs while improving energy security, including proven installations right here in Belize, helping businesses operate efficiently with dependable solar energy systems. As transportation evolves, GrowWatt EV charging solutions help power the future with clean energy. Need power on the move? GrowWatt portable solar power solutions provide flexible energy for construction sites, events, emergency applications, and temporary installations. GrowWatt delivers energy-smart solutions for a greener future. Distributed in Belize by Llano Supplies, 112 Ranchita Village, Corozal Town.
Cada conexión es más que solo una señal, es un estudiante abriendo las puertas a su futuro a través de la educación digital. Una mente joven atreviéndose a soñar en grande. Nuestra cultura compartida con el mundo en tiempo real. Y héroes cotidianos respondiendo al llamado del deber cívico. Cuando nos conectamos con Digi, empoderamos a Belice.
Look here, your kitchen light there, you never been in the kitchen.
But I'm going back in there right now.
And the coffee maker,
Just to try keep my coffee warm for later.
where do you know?
I'll try to think more to eat.
You know the more you open or close the fridge, it takes longer for the food cool.
Uh-huh.
For a hot day like today, it burns more energy. You charge your phone right now?
No.
Plug it out then. You really only wash 2 Lee socks and 1 Lee shirt? You don't know what small load burn the same amount of electricity as large loads?
But this is my favorite shirt.
You have to be more energy efficient. Use large loads. This AC the blow hard. You know, if you keep the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius or higher, you burn less energy and you also keep the place cool. And for a nice day like today, turn off the AC, open up the house and make some fresh breeze come in.
You know what? I think I get it now. As consumers, we need to be more energy efficient and practice energy conservation.
The biggest football event in the world is finally here, and Smart is giving you the chance to play and win. Before every match starts, predict who will win. The more predictions you make, the more chances you have to win. Get 1 point towards your total when you guess the winning team. Predict the exact score and earn up to 4 points. The top scorer at the conclusion of the World Cup wins the grand prize of $2,500 in cash. That's not all. Players get a chance to win weekly prizes. Plus, our quarter-final winner gets a watch party package. Play directly in the Smart app for just 50 cents per entry. Prediction starts June 1st to July 18, 2026. Don't just watch the World Cup. Play along and win with Smart. Smart, bringing people together.
It's not just cigarettes. Vapes, hookahs, cigars, and other tobacco products all release harmful smoke and toxic chemicals. When you smoke or vape, that cloud doesn't just disappear. It becomes second-hand smoke and third-hand smoke that others breathe in. This smoke can cause cancers, diabetes, lung disease, and heart problems. It can kill anyone exposed to it. If you smoke or vape, step outside, far from others. We all deserve to breathe clean air.
Back to School 2026 with the Angelus Press is here. And this year is bigger and better. We're talking unbelievable deals all summer long. Starting June 15, stock up on all your school essentials.
New notebooks? Check. Fresh backpacks? Check. Prices that make you smile? Double check.
Mommy, I want my new Samsonite backpack.
That's right. Samsonite still offers a sweet 1-year warranty. And hey, you even get a free merch with purchase while supplies last. Stay in the loop by following the Angelus Press on social media. Every Friday during our back to school season, look out for our jaw-dropping this stuff for real deals.
So before you shop, make sure you follow
The Angelus Press, your back-to-school headquarters all summer long. The Angelus Press and the Love Foundation, transforming lives with love.
Hello once again, good evening. Welcome to the evening news here on Love Television. I am Ernesto Vasquez. Less than 7 months after surviving a brazen burglary and arson attack, Island Supermarket in the Tres Cocos area of San Pedro has once again become the scene of deadly violence. This time, however, the attack has claimed 2 lives and left 2 others injured. The deadly assault unfolded shortly after 9 o'clock last night when 4 armed men stormed the supermarket, opened fire on those inside. Killing the attack were security guard Daniel Jones and supermarket co-owner Yahya David Harmouche. 2 of Harmouche's brothers, Ayman and Ahmad Harmouche, also sustained gunshot injuries and remain under medical care. We understand that one line of investigation is focused on a reported financial dispute involving members of the Harmouche family. A Second Avenue is examining reports of tensions within San Pedro's Lebanese business community following claims that the Harmouche family opened the supermarket without receiving the blessing of influential community elders. Speaking at today's police press briefing, Assistant Commissioner of Police Ilberto Romero said police have not confirmed either motive and say both remain part of the ongoing investigation.
Okay, on Sunday, police responded to a shooting incident in San Pedro. They went to Island Supermarket, where upon arrival they saw the motionless body of two male persons. They were identified as Daniel Jones and Yahya Harmouche. Thereafter, they went to the clinic where they saw two other persons with gunshot injuries. They were identified as Ayman Harmouche and Ahmad Harmouche, and they had gunshot injuries. Information is that all four male persons were at Island Supermarket when four male persons arrived at the supermarket armed with firearms, who fired several shots towards their direction, causing the fatal injuries to two and the injuries to the other two. Thereafter, the male persons ran away across the street. Thereafter, they boarded a vessel, which then headed south of the island. We are currently conducting a thorough investigation. We have persons in custody, and the investigation continues at this time.
You have what
investigators are currently on the ground trying to get surveillance footage at this time. Yeah, we can confirm that nothing was stolen from the supermarket. We are looking at several angles, so persons are being detained for interview.
Crime scene technicians recovered several expended 9mm shell casings along with live rounds as they processed the scene. The killings come just months after Island Supermarket, which had been open for only 3 days, was burglarized and deliberately set on fire in December of last year. During that incident, two masked men reportedly forced their way into the business before igniting a blaze that caused extensive damage to the building and its inventory. Despite the seriousness of that attack, no one has ever been arrested. Last night's shooting also continues a troubling pattern of high-profile multiple murders on Ambergris Caye. In 2019, renowned fly fishing guide Mario Graniel and American cardiologist Dr. Paul Swank were ambushed and killed while fishing in the San Pedro Lagoon. More recently, in October of 2023, San Pedro was rocked by a triple murder in the San Pedrito area that left 3 people dead and heightened concerns over escalating gun violence on the island. There was a lull recently, an event the area rep Andre Perez has attributed to an increase of cops on the island.
We had a recent incident about some shootings there that was terrible. But all in general, I want to commend the police department. They've been doing a wonderful job in terms of snuffing out the crime. Of course, there's these drug peddlers on the street that we have been behind them. But I think this is a support that works. When you have a collaborative effort, we combine, we work together with the council, my office, and the police department. We keep in touch what is going on. Again, there's support of the different 2 groups that do survive, and they provide the services, the ambulance. That is something that we keep in touch. The patrols is important. The checkpoints, having people in place has been working. And then not to mention, there's an active South Neighborhood Watch that plays a role as well. And setting up a base up north has helped as well. We have a base. The police has a base about 8 miles where the school is going to be built. There's a permanent presence there. That has helped as well. But again, this is a constant battle. We don't give up. We don't say sit back. So we continue to monitor. The good thing about it is also as we are able to monitor the ports of entry. That is important. And now with the new security features at the airport, that everything puts into place right now. At one point in time, you could take a flight and you could have a gun in your pocket. That's not the case anymore. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, we know where the port of entries are. There's 3 entrances to San Pedro, and as well as Caye Caulker as well. We monitor. The police as well is very active as well there. There's cameras. So if there's any potential person who wants to come here and commit a crime, they know that they're being watched from the very beginning as they land here, or they come in through a water taxi terminal. There's several cameras to be watching, which the police has access to.
Police confirmed they are reviewing surveillance footage, interviewing witnesses, and following several investigative leads as they work to identify the gunmen responsible for what has become one of the most brazen attacks on the island in recent years. And last night's double murder at Island Supermarket has sparked outrage in San Pedro, with members of the island's Lebanese community taking to the streets this evening demanding justice. Scores of protesters gathered outside the San Pedro police station, insisting that those responsible be brought to justice without delay. The demonstrators temporarily blocked traffic in front of the station in what was described as a peaceful but emotional protest. Holding their ground outside the police compound, family members, friends, fellow business owners and supporters called for a comprehensive investigation, the swift arrest of the gunmen and greater security for residents and business owners on the island. Police maintained a presence throughout the demonstration, and there were no reports of confrontations or arrests. The Lebanese community says it will not rest until those behind the deadly attack are identified, arrested and prosecuted. In other news, the United Democratic Party, the UDP leader, Tracy Tager Panton, has told us that she is preparing to take legal action against former party leader Moses Shine Barrow over what she describes as defamatory statements made against her on social media. The threatened lawsuit stems from a lengthy Facebook post published by Barrow on June 24, in which he accuses Panton of being part of what he called an alliance for corruption. In the post, Barrow alleges that Panton lacked the moral authority to criticize former Minister of Home Affairs Oscar Mira, pointing to her role in the sale of the National Bolido contract while she served in government. He also accused her of protecting former UDP standard-bearer John Saldivar following his 2022 designation by the United States for significant corruption, and alleges that she later aligned herself with former Belmopan Mayor Khalid Belail, whom Barrow also accused of corruption without presenting evidence to support several of his claims. Barrow further alleges that Panton had sought to undermine his efforts to rid the UDP of corruption and ended his post with a series of personal attacks directed at the current UDP leader. W spoke with Tracy Tager Panton yesterday, where she confirmed that she has instructed her attorneys to pursue legal action against Barrow. She went further to draw comparisons between the past actions of Saldivar and Patrick Faber and the current situation involving Oscar Mira.
The remarks made by the former party leader of the UDP are defamatory and they are libelous, and I am going to deal with those accordingly. And so I don't think that we should venture there in this conversation, save and except to say I am yet to see any evidence against Patrick Faber, and I am yet to see any evidence against John Saldivar that comes close to mirroring what is now in the public domain with Oscar Mira.
According to Panton, political disagreement should never descend into character assassination, adding that while robust political debate is expected, she believes Barrow crossed the line by making allegations she says are untrue and damaging to her reputation. And with the March 2027 municipal elections drawing closer, the United Democratic Party is beginning to ramp up its preparations, holding what party officials describe as an encouraging strategy meeting in Belmopan on Sunday. The gathering brought together an estimated 80 prospective candidates and party supporters from across the country to discuss the party's roadmap for the upcoming municipal contest. We join our correspondent LJ Wade, who has the story.
UDP! Out the way! UDP! Out the way!
On Sunday, the United Democratic Party held a general membership meeting in Belmopan. The membership meeting saw both the Belmopan and Cayo South constituencies join forces as the party looks to jumpstart their campaign efforts ahead of the 2027 municipal elections. The Honorable Party leader joined the party dancing, greeting members of the constituencies who intend to contest the upcoming municipal and general elections.
Richie for Belmopan. Release it there, win, you know. Release it there, win. We want win.
Despite having both constituencies present, however, it was still a less than ideal turnout for a major political party. But according to the party leader, they aren't deterred.
I think it's a good start. We are fully aware of the number of registered voters in Belmopan. And we're also fully aware of the kind of victimization that has happened. People operating from a place of fear, particularly public officers who are under a great deal of scrutiny now that the MIRA files have been leaked to the local press. So we appreciate that sensitivity, but we are certainly encouraged by those who are bold enough to, in spite of the threats and the concerns, to come out and be a part of this occasion.
No resolutions were passed at Sunday's meeting, as according to the party leader, it was more about lighting a fire under the members of the party who intend to contest the upcoming elections, like Belmopan mayoral candidate Richie Galvez and soon-to-be standard bearer for the capital, Khalid Belail.
Khalid Belail, the next standard bearer and elected area representative for Belmopan. Richie will be in 2027 the next mayor of Belmopan. We're climbing a steep hill. The road has been hard, and it will continue to be challenging. Those of you who are seated here today, it only takes a spark to get a fire going. And we have to build an inferno between now and March of 2027. And then from 2027 to 2030, or whenever the elections are called, we must build a fiercely roaring inferno. Those of you who have signed up this afternoon, you carry the greatest burden. You carry the greatest challenge. You carry the greatest privilege to go out there and knock on the doors and get our UDP supporters back on this ship.
UDP! It's been too long since we've sounded that call here in Belmopan. When I first joined the UDP Belmopan organization in 2007, I walked into what was already a robust machine built by our former area representative, the Honorable John Saldiva. This time around, we are basically starting from scratch, looking to build the machine that will return Belmopan to the United Democratic Party column. Not one time on March the 3rd, 2027, when we have the city council elections, but 2 times, whenever it is that the Honorable Prime Minister gets around to calling the next general election, Belmopan will go red.
Yes, a lot of people are surprised that I came back into politics and nobody forced me. But you have to understand that as much as I'm doing good with my career and my businesses, everybody around me is suffer. You understand me? All the young people around me is suffer, all the business people is suffer, and I can't just listen to them cry and I okay.
Following the presentations from the party leader and Belmopan's caretaker, the meeting was called to an end, where supporters of the party got a chance to speak with the candidates who will be representing the party come March 2027.
Reporting for Love News, LJ Wade.
As we had indicated previously, there were several cases of gun violence over the weekend. In one instance, 16-year-old Isaiah Norales lost his life. The incident has drawn condemnation from the office of the mayor of Dangriga, with Mayor Robert Mariano describing the teenager's death as a tragedy that has shaken the entire community. In a statement issued today, the mayor's office expressed its deepest condolences to Norales' family, friends, and loved ones, saying that loss is one that is being felt for far beyond the immediate family. The statement emphasizes that every life in Ngriga is precious, calling for a full, transparent, and impartial investigation into those circumstances surrounding the teenager's death. The mayor's office is also urging law enforcement authorities to act swiftly, thoroughly, and justly, stressing that violence and injustice have no place in the town and that those responsible must be held accountable under the full weight of the law. The statement concludes by reaffirming the municipality's commitment to supporting the Norales family during their time of grief and offering assistance to the wider Dangriga community as it continues to grapple with yet another act of deadly violence. Meanwhile, the UDP is calling on the Briceño administration to treat crime as a full-blown national crisis. In a statement today under the headline, "A Nation in Crisis, a Nation Under Siege," opposition leader Tracy Tigger Panton said the latest bloodshed demonstrates that Belize can no longer ignore the country's deteriorating security situation. UDP is urging Prime Minister Briceño and his cabinet to take immediate action, saying Belize needs decisive leadership within the Belize Police Department and a clear demonstration that the government recognizes the seriousness of the country's crime problem. The statement notes that crime transcends politics, emphasizing that the bullets do not ask whether someone is PUP or UDP, rich or poor, black or white, young or old, adding that no Belizean is immune from the violence affecting communities across the country. While criticizing the government's handling of public safety, the opposition also pledged its support for meaningful anti-crime initiatives. UDP says it stands ready to work with government on genuine efforts to strengthen law enforcement, restoring public confidence in the police, protecting Belizean lives, and bringing peace back to the nation's streets. The party went on to argue that Belize cannot continue to accept murder as the new normal, accusing the government of being out of touch with the hardships facing ordinary Belizeans and of focusing on protecting what it described as the interests of a favored few, instead of addressing the country's growing security concerns. The statement concludes by extending condolences to the families of the victims, calling on the government to make the fight against crime and violence its highest national priority. The weekend claimed another life on Belize's highways after a 23-year-old Belize City resident succumbed to injuries in a traffic accident on the Philip Wilson Highway on Saturday night. According to the police, the incident occurred at approximately 9 o'clock in front of the Easy Inn Hotel in Belize City. Initial investigations show that a 2002 Thomas passenger bus had been parked on the right-hand side of the highway while its driver, 23-year-old Tariq Taylor Davis of Sandhill Village, had exited the vehicle and was standing beside the driver's window after securing the bus. Police say a red motorcycle driven by 23-year-old Osmani Omar Herrera of Belize City was traveling towards Belize City at a high rate of speed when it collided with Davis. The impact reportedly threw the bus driver onto the pavement in front of the parked bus, while Herrera lost control of the motorcycle and was flung approximately 121 feet from the point of impact. Both men were rushed to the hospital by Burt ambulances. Davis sustained what police believes are broken feet, along with abrasions to his elbow and wrist. Herrera suffered severe head and facial injuries and remained unconscious after the crash. But due to his condition, police were unable to serve him with a notice of intended prosecution or obtain a blood sample. Despite medical efforts, Herrera succumbed to his injuries and pronounced dead at the Carl Houston Memorial Hospital at around 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Police's statements from witnesses are still being recorded. Surveillance footage has yet to be reviewed, and the circumstances surrounding the fatal collision remain under investigation. As we had mentioned earlier in our newscast, a young Isaiah Norales was killed over the weekend as he rode his bicycle in the Benguche area. There was much that the police shared with us today in this investigation, other than that the teenager was in a dispute earlier. According to Officer Romero, they are questioning 2 persons of interest.
On Sunday around 5:30 a.m., police responded to a shooting in Dangriga. Upon the arrival, they saw a male person with gunshot injuries. He was identified as Isaiah Norales, 16 years. He was taken for treatment, where thereafter he succumbed to his injuries. Information is that he was riding a bicycle in the Bengoshe area when a motorcycle with 2 persons came, and one of them fired shots towards his direction, causing his fatal injuries. For this murder investigation, we have 2 persons in custody at this time. Information is that he was alone at the time on his bicycle. I'm not sure if he was with a friend, but at the time of the shooting, he was alone. He had a dispute with 2 persons from Dangriga over some issues, and that is what led to this shooting. No, he is not known to police.
An aunt of the child, Shirley McKinn, notes that Norales' mom has passed and his father is in prison. According to McKinn, the teen was quiet and may have been trying to fit in.
Honestly, I don't think Isaiah would have hurt anybody. Isaiah, I think Isaiah wanted to fit in, but I understand that he's humble. He don't really like talk. You know, he might just smile. Give a smile. He's not the person who will talk much. He give me a few heartaches. He got me to worry all the time. I have to pray every day. Especially when you're not at home. The company he choose, man, the friends he choose. Oh, I my baby, I told him, you're not good friends to pick, baby. You're not good friends to pick, Isaiah. The friends only lead you to 2 places, only 2 places you could go. Only 2 places. Then a big man in the community. Then a big man in the community. They harbor the Libra, they entertain the Libra. I don't know what else they do with the Libra, have the Libra they do. Me and this young man catch multiple times because as I say, my blood start boiling. As I say, I was attacked to her first time.
And there was more gun violence, resulting in one Eric Martinez in the hospital and in a critical condition. And that incident occurred up north in Orange Walk, as we were told by Officer Alberto Romero, who indicated that no motive has been established for the shooting of this 28-year-old.
Then on Sunday around 3:15 a.m., police responded to a shooting in Orange Walk. Upon the arrival, they learned that a male person had been shot. He was identified as Eric Martinez. Information is that he was inside a vehicle along with another male person when they were followed by another vehicle. The occupants of that vehicle fired several shots towards their direction, causing the injuries to Eric Martinez. Eric Martinez is now listed in a stable condition, and an investigation is being carried out. We have not established a clear motive. Information is that he had disputed someone in the past, and this person may have followed him in that vehicle. We have 2 persons in custody at this time.
And the Novelos bus terminal in Belize City was the victim of a burglary after 2 security guards were overpowered, tied up by masked assailants during the early hours of this morning. According to the police, the incident occurred at around 2:20 in the morning when security officers, 35-year-old Russell Moody and 38-year-old Nelson Flowers, were on duty. The investigators say 2 masked men confronted the guards, one of them armed with a firearm, before binding both men with duct tape. ACP briefed the media on the information established so far.
This morning, I received a burglary report at the bus terminal. Police responded to the area where the security guards who were working at the time reported that they had been tied up by 3 male persons who were armed with firearms. They then took the keys for the office. They went into the office where they stole some cash And they also stole 2 cell phones belonging to the security guards. I do not have the exact amount, but it's nothing over $800. Yes, we are looking at surveillance footage at this time.
There was no sign of forced entry at the terminal's main entrance. However, the detectives discovered that the door to the NBC office had been forcibly opened. At this stage, the authorities are still trying to determine exactly what, if anything, was stolen from the office. In other news, Fast Construction and Road Development Limited has issued a strongly worded statement denying allegations that it received preferential government contracts, while warning that it is prepared to pursue legal action against media houses and other parties that published the claims. In a press release issued today, the company described the reports as false, misleading, and without any factual foundation whatsoever, rejecting suggestions that it had contracts with Belize Water Services Limited, the Social Investment Fund, or that it benefited from preferential treatment by any government entity. According to FAST, the allegations originated from Facebook posts made by former Government Minister John Saldiva, which the company says have since been fully retracted. The company maintains that there is no credible evidence to support the accusations and says the publications have caused significant damage to its reputation. FAST says it has now retained legal counsel and has instructed its attorneys to take all necessary steps to protect the company's reputation. It says formal correspondence has already been or is being sent to the relevant parties, while reserving the right to initiate court proceedings should the matter not be resolved promptly. The company is also calling on media organizations that carried the allegations to immediately remove the reports from all platforms, publish a full and prominent retraction, and issue what it describes as an unequivocal apology. FAST warns that failure to comply will leave it with no alternative but to pursue all available legal remedies without further notice. Meanwhile, a second company has now come forward to reject allegations of receiving preferential government contracts, while also putting media houses on notice that legal action may follow if the disputed reports are not retracted. Floyd T. Williams and Associates Limited today issued a press release categorically denying claims that it received contracts from Belize Water Services Limited or benefited from preferential treatment from any government entity. That company says the allegations, which appeared across several media platforms, are false, misleading, and entirely without factual basis. The engineering firm says the reports stemmed from Facebook posts made by former Government Minister John Saldiva, noting that those statements have since been fully retracted, arguing that there is no credible evidence to support those allegations, maintaining that the publications have caused significant damage to its reputation. Like Fast Construction and Road Development Limited, Floyd T. Williams and Associates says it has retained legal counsel and has instructed its attorneys to take all necessary steps to protect the company's reputation. The firm says formal correspondence has already been or is being sent to the relevant parties and warns that it reserves a right to commence legal proceedings should the matter not be resolved promptly and satisfactorily. The company is demanding that media houses immediately remove the disputed publications from all platforms, issue a full and prominent retraction, and publish an unequivocal apology. It warns that failure to do so will leave it with no option but to pursue all available legal remedies without further notice. We have more news up ahead following this commercial break. Please stay with us.
no one should be up at this time. If you're still up, it's not you, it's your mattress. Because the right mattress changes everything. Sherwood Bedding Luxury Resort Pillow Top Mattress. Sleep better, wake better. Available at Design Depot. All in one place.
People, not businesses, power the economy. And they deserve to be acknowledged, appreciated, and compensated for their efforts. Because when your people are successful, so is your business. Neo People, simplify your HR and payroll needs with one powerful solution.
Commercial Cleaning and Products of Belize, CCP, formerly known as Carpet Care Plus, offers a wide variety of professional restorative cleaning services and products in Belize. With over 20 years of experience in the industry, our mission has always been to provide our customers with the best products and services for quality, safe, and environmentally friendly cleaning. What separates us from the rest? The services we offer. Fabric cleaning for all types of carpets, upholstery, walls, and drapes. Vehicle detailing for both the interior and exterior. Total restorative cleaning of ceramic and porcelain tiles for floors, walls, marble, granite, limestone, travertine, clay, and more. Degreasing and polishing of the entire kitchen and all its equipment. Also custom concrete designs. We are a supplier of the most cost-efficient and economically viable products when you buy our specialized super concentrated formulas, such as cleaners, disinfectants, deodorizers, and sanitizers. Additionally, we also carry professional cleaning equipment, such as mops, buckets, vacuums, doormats, and window equipment, which are very durable and practical. You can order any of our products online at www.ccpbelize.com. CCP Belize uses only trained technicians, professional commercialized equipment, and EPA certified products. Our products are 100% biodegradable. We also have certified green products, which are used by Green Globe approved companies. Visit us at 68 North Front Street, Belize City, or contact us at telephone 223-1820. Email us info@ccpbelize.com.
Hardware store, now we online giving you more. Home or job site, no stress, no sweat. Everything you need, you could get. Household appliances, day or night. Shopping for supplies made easy and light. Click, click, boom, and the order done. Building in Belize just got more fun.
Why wait long in a line? Save your energy and your time. Delivery pulling up right by your gate. Castillo's Hardware, making building great.
Build smarter,
shop easier. Castillo's making life sweeter.
anytime.
Anywhere, hardware shopping without a care.
Browse online, get what you need.
Fast and easy with lightning speed.
Pick up or delivery, choose your way.
Castillo's got you covered every day. From your phone, just tap and buy. No more hassle, no more.
Do it best with Castillo's Hardware.
You're live with the news here on Love Television. We continue with political news. Belize City's Deputy Mayor Eliud Miller is standing his ground in the race to become the People's United Party's mayoral candidate for Belize City. His determination is setting the stage for what could become one of the party's most contentious internal contests ahead of the 2027 municipal elections. Love News has confirmed that Miller, who was reportedly asked by senior party officials last week to withdraw from the race, has now informed the party that he intends to remain a candidate and will push for a convention to allow delegates to decide who carries the PUP banner. The latest development comes amid growing speculation over a reported commitment made to fellow contender Alan Pollard. According to information reaching our newsroom, Prime Minister John Briceño personally assured Pollard that he would receive the party's endorsement for the 2027 mayoral race if he agreed to step aside during the last municipal election cycle. In 2024, Pollard had been preparing to challenge then-incumbent Mayor Bernard Wagner. Wagner, however, declined to face a convention and instead sought endorsement. Pollard ultimately withdrew from that race with the understanding, according to our multiple sources, that his opportunity would come in 2027. Since then, however, Wagner is said to have thrown his support behind Eliud Miller, grooming him as the party's next mayoral candidate. That development has now placed Miller and Pollard on a collision course for the nomination. While Pollard has publicly maintained that he has no objection to taking the matter to a convention, Love News understands that senior party officials are exploring their options ahead of a meeting of the PUP National Executive scheduled for tomorrow. Our sources say discussions are expected to focus on how the party intends to resolve the increasingly divisive contest, with Miller refusing to step aside and Pollard standing by what he believes was a promise made 2 years ago. The issue has evolved beyond a simple mayoral race into a test of the PUP's commitment to internal democracy and the value of political commitments made within the party. Love News will continue to follow developments and provide updates as this story develops. In other news, beyond tackling crime, Interim Minister of Home Affairs Julius Espat says another major challenge facing Belize's security forces is the need to properly prepare the next generation of leaders within the Belize Police Department. Speaking during an extended interview with our newsroom, Espat said succession planning has become a serious concern, not only within the department, but across several areas of government. He stressed that younger officers must be given meaningful opportunities to demonstrate their leadership abilities if the organization is to remain strong in the years ahead.
We cannot solve the problems in 3 months. We don't have a magic wand, but we can try to start lighting a spark.
Let's say, for argument's sake, it's longer than 3 months. Is that something you're willing to accept?
Talk to me after 3 months.
Because you might actually do such an excellent job that they might not want to remove you from there.
No, we're not getting younger. We have to be joined by people that have more energy. The only way it works is if you include the youths. And that's where a lot of the frustration and the lower morale comes to. That the younger ones that are putting a lot of energy, they feel that they're not getting promoted just because. I've spoken to a guy that's a regular police for the last 30 years, and he has shown me all his credentials and all the training that he get, and he's still at the same spot. We had the same problem in the Ministry of Infrastructure, and I used to sit down with the AO and say, AO, why you not look out for each other? So I say, what do you mean? Until I see your desk full up with people, they apply for promotion or recommendation, and the desk got like 10 feet high and you know come down. Why? Why is it that you all don't pay attention to the people within the public service, that you all are responsible to make sure that if they deserve a recommendation, they get it? And about a year after I went into his office, and the file was pretty low. And you felt the difference. You felt that people, they felt that they're a part of the movement. And hopefully we can apply that same concept, and hopefully it lights a spark. All you could do is light on a spark, and try.
Espat's comments come amid recent criticism over the decision to retain 3 senior police officers beyond the mandatory retirement age on contractual appointments rather than promoting officers waiting in the ranks, while acknowledging the experience and institutional knowledge veteran officers possess, the minister questioned whether repeatedly extending contracts is the best long-term approach. He argues that every organization must eventually pass the baton, noting that leadership transitions are necessary to develop capable successors and ensure continuity within the department.
I've heard it many times since I got appointed and before, but more so now. We will look at it. You have to promote the younger ones. You have to give them a chance. You won't be here all the time, and I won't be here all the time, and that's what's lacking. It's lacking in politics, it's lacking in governance, it's lacking in our society. We don't spend enough time mentoring our youth. The crime situation is a product of that. We as a society have abandoned the youth to a certain extent, and then the gangs have decided that they will take over the leadership role for them, and that's what's happening. And so we have to give love to our youth. We have to give them attention.
In sports news, the country's top young athletes officially took center stage today as the National Sports Council of Belize launched day one of the 2026 High School Super Nationals. Hosted through the National Sports Council with support from the Ministry of Tourism, Youth, Sports and Diaspora Relations and several corporate partners, the National Championship is expected to showcase the talent, discipline and competitive spirit of student athletes representing districts from across Belize. We joined reporter Zane Augustine as the competition got underway this morning.
The Super Nationals picked up right where it left off last week as week 2 of the National Youth Competition got underway in Belize City. Following last week's primary school action, it is now the turn of secondary school athletes from Belize, Corozal, Orange Walk, Cayo, Stan Creek, and Toledo to compete for national honors in a district-based format. Competition was spread across several venues, including the Marion Jones Sports Complex, the Belize City Civic Center, Swift Hall, and the Hub, with athletes competing in football, basketball, volleyball, and athletics. On the track at Marion Jones, athletes took part in events such as long jump, 200-meter heats, and the 800-meter finals, while team sports continued at other venues with fast-paced and competitive matchups. Speaking on the importance of the initiative, National Sports Director Jason Menzies says the Super Nationals is more than just a competition. It's about building opportunity and developing young athletes across the country.
The idea behind the Super Nationals is to create a pool of high school athletes, elite athletes, that we can then have working alongside with the federations, the National Sports Council, the Olympic Committee, to see where we can support them in terms of what needs they have to take them to the next level. We're trying to create a farm process, right? So the high schools would be the ones that are coming up where we could identify to international coaches or scholarship opportunities based on their performance, and that's why I said we want to see how we can support them. Some of them may need academic support. All of them will need support in terms of coaching, but the raw talent and the identification of that talent is what we're attempting to do here now.
Meanwhile, officials say the structure of the tournament continues to give athletes valuable exposure at a national level while helping to identify rising talents from each district. Gina Tejeda, an official involved in the coordination of the games, says this week's competition is expected to remain intense as teams settle into the early stages of the tournament.
They are having football, basketball, volleyball, and athletics, also known as track and field. Today we only have about 3 events. We're having the 200, the 400, and the 800 today for both male and females. What we're going to do, because it's only an 8-lane track, we are about to just have them run each district because it's 6 districts and there's more than likely 2 athletes for an event. That goes for the field and the track events. So during this week, it's basically split up between all the events that athletics offers.
As week 2 gets going, districts are already pushing to secure strong early results, knowing every game counts as they move closer to the knockout rounds. The Super Nationals continues throughout the week, with athletes aiming to make their mark and represent their districts on the national stage. This is Zane Augustine reporting for Love News.
And Belize's poultry industry is on heightened alert as the Belize Agricultural Health Authority, BAHA, increases surveillance against the threat of highly pathogenic avian influenza, or bird flu. In a release today, BAHA says it is closely monitoring outbreaks in neighboring Honduras and Costa Rica. While Belize remains free of the virus, officials say the risk of introduction is high because of the country's proximity to those affected countries and the migration of wild birds. BAHA is urging poultry producers and the public to immediately report any sick or dead wild or domestic birds and to strengthen biosecurity measures on commercial farms and backyard poultry operations. Public is also advised not to handle or transport sick or dead birds unless absolutely necessary. Bird flu is a highly contagious viral disease that affects poultry and other bird species, causing sudden death, weakness, loss of appetite, and respiratory symptoms. While the virus mainly affects birds, it has also been detected in some mammals and in rare instances humans. The authority is also warning that the illegal importation of birds and bird products poses a serious threat to Belize's animal health and food security. An outbreak, according to BAHA, could significantly impact poultry production, livelihoods, and trade. The authority is calling on producers and the public to remain vigilant and report any suspected cases immediately to BAHA's Animal Health Department to help keep Belize free of that disease. And the Belize Forest Department is reminding all logging license and permit holders that the 2025-2026 logging season will officially close on July 15, after which all logging operations conducted under approved licenses and permits must come to an end. The closure means that the felling, harvesting, hauling, and transportation of logs, timber, and timber products will no longer be permitted after the deadline. The department says the annual shutdown is an important measure to ensure the sustainable development and management of Belize's forest resources and maintain compliance with national forestry laws. Before the season closes, operators transporting timber must ensure every load is accompanied by a valid waybill and a permission to haul issued on a per-load basis. In addition, each log must display both the registered property brand, mark, and the official Forest Department hammer stamp. The department says applications for permission to haul must be submitted through the appropriate Forest Department range office. Each request will be assessed individually, and approval may depend on field inspections to verify compliance with license conditions, royalty payments, and other regulatory requirements. The Forest Department also advises holders of petty permits for private and leased lands that no new permits will be issued after July 15. Any forest products harvested under those permits must also be transported before the season closes. Officials are warning that anyone found transporting logs or timber without the required documentation or official markings could have the products seized and face prosecution under the Forest Act. And now we take a look at court news. A 38-year-old Gardenia Village resident has been remanded to prison after being charged with 2 counts of rape involving a woman with whom he has reportedly been in a relationship. George Cecil Bull appeared unrepresented before Senior Magistrate Manon Dennison in Belize City. He was arraigned on 2 indictable counts of rape. However, due to the nature of the offenses, no plea was taken. The charges stem from allegations that Bull raped a 29-year-old cashier on 2 separate occasions, that would be June 22nd and June 24 of this year. Police say the woman reported that Bull entered her home on both occasions and forced her to have sexual intercourse. The prosecution strongly objected to bail, with the senior magistrate agreeing and denied bail. He was subsequently remanded to the prison until August 12. Police say the complaint was made on June 25, 1 day after the second incident. The investigations into the matter are continuing. And 4 of 5 family members charged following the discovery of an illegal firearm and ammunition during a police search earlier this month have been freed, while one man has been sentenced to more than 4 years in prison after accepting full responsibility for the weapon. 30-year-old Devon Pratt, a security officer of Burrelboom Village, appeared before Senior Magistrate Manon Dennison this afternoon for sentencing after pleading guilty to keeping an unlicensed firearm and 7 rounds of ammunition. The charges stem from a June 6 police search at a residence at the corner of Cedar Ridge Road and Crawl Road in Belize City, where the officers found a Glock 9mm pistol, 2 magazines, and 7 live rounds hidden beneath a mattress. Pratt was sentenced to 4 years, 3 months, and 9 days for the firearms offense, and 2 years, 3 months, and 9 days for the ammunition offense. The sentences will run concurrently, meaning he will serve the longer prison term of 4 years, 3 months, and 9 days. In handing down the sentence, the court considered the seriousness of the offense, the fact that the weapon was concealed, and Pratt's previous conviction for similar offenses. The magistrate also noted that Pratt initially allowed another accused to claim ownership of the firearm before later admitting it was his. During mitigation represented by attorney Ian Gray, Pratt apologized to the court, saying he had no intention of harming anyone, claiming he kept the firearm for protection against wildlife. He also expressed regret for placing innocent relatives at risk and causing them to lose their jobs. The court, however, found that a custodial sentence was warranted because Pratt had previously been convicted of firearm and ammunition offenses about a decade ago and still owes an outstanding court fine from that matter. That unpaid fine could result in additional imprisonment separate from his current sentence. Following Pratt's sentencing, the prosecution withdrew the charges against the remaining 4 accused: homeowner Natasha Hughes, a brother-in-law Eldon Pratt, Andrew Bizar, and a 16-year-old minor. The group had spent 3 weeks on remand as all 5 were charged in connection with that June 6 police operation. Don't go away, we have more news coming up after this commercial break.
If this is an emergency situation, please call 911 right away for immediate assistance. Do not use the Crime Stoppers program in an emergency situation. Do you have information about a crime or a fugitive in our community? You can submit a tip anonymously with your smartphone. Using this program in safeguarding our community also protects your identity, keeping you out of the court system, and could earn you a cash reward. Here is how it works. Download the free P3 Tips app from the Apple Store or Android Market. P3 is the provider of our secure anonymous tip collecting software. Open the app and create a PIN, but be sure to remember that number, then select your location. Next, select the type of crime. When submitting a tip, be as specific as possible. Remember, the more information you give the officers, the more likely it is that we will be able to identify the suspect or confirm a crime has taken place. This ultimately helps when making arrests. Information leading to an arrest can earn you a cash reward of up to $1,000. Never put yourself in danger to gather information. However, if you have a picture, video, or audio that will help officers, you can upload them from your phone. Once you click Submit Tip, P3 will ask to send you notifications. You choose what's right for you. Once your tip is submitted, you'll be given a tip ID and password. Keep that info safe as you'll need it to check the status of your tip. Using the app, simply log back in using the PIN you created when you first opened it. Check back if your tip leads to an arrest. You'll be told how much you were rewarded and how to anonymously collect your cash.
Looking to perfect your roofing or siding project with precision? At Coop Sheet Metal, we've got the machine that makes it happen. Introducing our state-of-the-art double folding machine equipped with advanced technology and engineered to handle complex metal bends in long pieces, various angles, and intricate profiles. Need trims up to 21 feet? Coop Sheet Metal has what you need. From modern siding to custom flashings and fascia details, Coop Sheet Metal makes the products better, faster, and more accurately. For residential, commercial, industrial, or even custom roofing, siding, and trims, all at one place. If you're not sure what you need, we will walk you through it from start to finish. At Coop Sheet Metal, it's not just about metal, it's about variety, confidence, and flawless finish. That's Coop Sheet Metal, your one-stop metal source from start to finish. Call now at 823-0118 or visit coopsheet.com.
Traveler, are you?
No se trata solo de cigarrillos. Los vapes, hookahs, cigarros y otros productos de tabaco liberan humo y químicos tóxicos. Cuando fumas o vapeas, la nube de humo no desaparece. Se transforma en humo de segunda mano y de tercera mano que otras personas respiran. Este humo puede causar cáncer, diabetes, enfermedades pulmonares y problemas cardíacos. Puede matar a cualquier persona expuesta. Si fumas o vapeas, aléjate de los demás. Todos merecemos respirar aire limpio.
Welcome to the William David Fonseca Parking Facility, your modern solution for safe and convenient parking in downtown Belize City. With easy payment options such as prepaid cards or coins, parking downtown has never been easier. Enjoy affordable rates as low as 75 cents for 15 minutes, $1.50 for 30 minutes, and $3 for an hour. Open and available 24/7. Park smart. Park safe. Park at the William David Fonseca Parking Facility. Modern, secure, convenient. Your Belize City Council. Always about the people.
At Habet and Habet and Brothers Habet, celebrate your super handy dad with gifts he'll actually use and enjoy super savings all June. Like 15% off all power tools and Stanley hand tools, 20% off Vento PVC windows, 20% off Ascot porcelain tiles and 30% off Piso Forte ceramic tiles, and 40% off Sunlight windows and doors. Plus, stop in at Brothers Habet every Saturday for our veranda clearance blowout. And for every $50 you spend, get a chance to win a power tool every Saturday. Visit Habet and Brothers Habet today and give Dad something worthy of his super handiness. Happy Father's Day to all super handy dads.
You're watching the news on Love Television. Belize is strengthening its regional disaster response and aviation partnerships through continued participation in the System of Cooperation among the American Air Forces, better known as SICOFA. Representing the country at the annual conference of the Chiefs of the American Air Forces held recently in the Dominican Republic were Air Chief Lieutenant Colonel Kenroy Smith and Belize's official SICOFA representative, Captain Andre Ayuso. SICOFA brings together the air forces of countries across the Americas to improve cooperation in the areas such as humanitarian assistance, disaster response, search and rescue operations, and professional development. Through joint exercises and coordinated planning, member states work to improve their ability to respond quickly during regional emergencies. The importance of that collaboration was demonstrated in 2025 after Hurricane Melissa struck Jamaica. SECOFA member nations mobilized aircraft, rescue teams, engineering units, medical personnel, and humanitarian supplies to support relief efforts across the island. For Belize, participation in the organization strengthens our national disaster preparedness by providing access to regional airlift capabilities, medical evacuation support, search and rescue resources, and established emergency coordination systems. Those partnerships are expected to enhance the country's ability to respond to hurricanes, floods, and other natural disasters, while ensuring assistance can be mobilized quickly when required. According to the BDF, relationships built through organizations such as SECOFA ensure that, should Belize ever face a major national emergency, it would not stand alone but would be able to rely on the support and solidarity of partners throughout the Americas. In other news, the Tower Hill Village Council has filled 2 vacant seats without a vote after both nominated candidates were returned unopposed. The vacancies arose following the resignations of council members Adrian Ake and Omar Ake, prompting the Elections and Boundaries Department to announce a by-election for the Orange Walk Village in accordance with the Act and its regulations. Nomination day was held on June 28th at the Tower Hill Community Centre. At the close of nominations, Marcos Fernando Roberts and Fidencio Baldemar Bellos were the only candidates nominated for the 2 available positions. As a result, both men were declared elected unopposed, making a poll unnecessary. Election and Boundaries Department had initially scheduled election day for July 5 if the seats had been contested. With no opposing candidates entering the race, the by-election was decided on nomination day, restoring the Tower Hill Village Council to its full complement of members. And the Fisheries Department issued a reminder today of Belize's lobster fishing season that officially opens on Wednesday, July 1. The open season for the Caribbean spiny lobster will run through February 28th of next year and will allow licensed fishers to harvest the species in accordance with the Fisheries Act. Officials are urging fishers to follow the country's lobster fishery regulations to help protect the valuable marine resources. Under the law, lobsters must have a minimum carapace length of 3 inches or a minimum tail weight of 4 ounces before they can be legally harvested. The Fisheries Department also reminds fishers that it is illegal to possess soft shell or molting lobsters, as well as female lobsters carrying eggs, commonly known as buried females. Removing eggs from female lobsters is also prohibited. In addition, fishers, vendors, and establishments are advised that lobster tails must not be filleted or diced, allowing fishers officers to verify that harvested lobster meets the legal size requirements. According to the Fisheries Department, these regulations are essential to conserve Belize's lobster population. Thank you for being with us and choosing us for tonight's news broadcast. Stay with us tonight at 7:30. We have tonight's edition of the Business Hour. Coming up next is the latest weather report. Thank you for choosing us. I'm Melissa Vasquez. Have a good night.
Good evening. A few showers affected some areas this morning, with showers becoming isolated this afternoon and little or no rain observed by this evening. Conditions, however, will become more moist and unstable early tomorrow, supporting a slight to moderate increase in showers over most areas. The 24-hour forecast is for partly cloudy skies tonight and mostly cloudy skies tomorrow. Showers or thunderstorms will be isolated at first, then increased over the south later tonight and spread to most areas tomorrow morning. Showers will gradually decrease tomorrow afternoon. Low temperatures tonight will range from 80 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 74 inland to 68 in the Mountain Pine Ridge. Winds over the open sea will be from the east to northeast at 10 to 20 knots, and the seas will be choppy. Near heavy showers and thunderstorms, however, winds will become gusty and the seas locally rough. Therefore, operators of small crafts should exercise caution. High temperatures tomorrow will be around 87 Fahrenheit along the coast, 91 inland, but only 80 degrees up in the mountains. The outlook for Tuesday night is for a few showers or thunderstorms over the south and isolated showers elsewhere. Then mainly fair and warm weather will prevail on Wednesday with only isolated showers. There is a high tide at 10:48 tonight and the low follows at 3:27 tomorrow morning. Another high is at 9:42 also in the morning and another low at 5:21 tomorrow evening. The sun will rise at 5:21 in the morning and set at 6:31 tomorrow evening. The full moon will set at 5:45 tomorrow morning and rise again at 7:23 tomorrow evening. In the tropical weather outlook, tropical cyclone formation is not expected in our area of interest during the next 48 hours. With that, we end this report from the Belize Weather Bureau.